everybody, welcome back to my channel and back to another chat. Okay, we're talking today about scams, lies, and consequences. Alright, and here's what y'all need to know. Number one, if you have received a phone call from an AI agent telling you that you owe back taxes to the IRS, you may be entitled to compensation. I'm kidding. I don't know. But, watch. In the next 10 years, that might be a commercial that we see. Honestly. Morgan and Morgan. Are you out there? Like, please. But, that is something that is absolutely ridiculous at this point. It is 2025. You think the people of Dubai are getting calls from AI agents telling them that they owe back taxes? Number one, how'd they get my cell phone number? Number two, where are they getting this information? Who's selling it to them? And number three, who's paying them to sit there and make these calls? Genuinely, I'd like to know. Now, the journalist in me says follow the money, It's sad that in today's world, that if you say something like follow the money, people automatically assume that you're like a tinfoil hat. It's kind of insane. But anyway, so that is the theme of today's video because, like I've said, it is 2025. Why am I getting these types of telephone calls? I almost miss the days when we had a flip phone. I know some kids won't remember that, but I do remember that. I remember when AT&T was singular, okay? And all I had for a phone was a little pill-shaped little phone, and I had to use the numbers to text on it. My mom had a phone like that for years before she actually got rid of it, and she still, to this day, does not have a smartphone, no matter how much I've tried to get her to transfer over, because flip phones are just not supported on networks anymore. Like, the other day, my dad called my mom, and the phone didn't even ring. But then again, the service area isn't great either. Verizon is supposed to be one of the best networks in America, but I really don't genuinely believe that this is a Verizon issue. It's a phone issue. And I mean, if the phone doesn't support, if the phone is a 3GS phone, we've gone from 3G to 3GS to 4G to 4G LTE, and we've made it to 5G. Now, do I know what any of that means? No. Do I care to even research it? No. I don't have 5G. The network doesn't offer that where I am. So, it is what it is. I mean, in this completely different rabbit hole to go down, but why in 2025 are we not using satellites for phone service? Now, I haven't actually asked the great mind of Google this question, but I genuinely would like to know. Like, is that too much to ask? Now, anyway, I want to share a screenshot of a text message that I got this week. Where is it? Oh yes, it had a foreign country code. Okay, so should I call them out on the internet? Oh my gosh, no, we're not going to do that. But the country code was 212. Okay, let's just go ahead and look up what the 212 country club is. Country code, not country club. Morocco. So, it's also Manhattan, North America. But this is a country code, not an area code. Because they had a plus 212, and United States is +1. So, yeah, no. So anyway, it says, State of Florida, Department of Revenue. Your tax refund claim has been processed and approved. Please provide your accurate payment information by September 17th. Now, I live in the state of Florida. We do not pay a state income tax. So what are they even talking about here? I mean, seriously, what are they even talking about? Why? Just why? Where's my little thing? Okay, so we've covered the text scams, phone number scams, or telephone call scams. Now, let me tell you about another experience that I recently had that really honestly was a little terrifying. Now, I get this call from a blocked number. Now, I had it in me to not want to answer it, but because it said blocked ID, I was like, well, let me just see who this is. And I pick it up, and it's a woman on the other line, and there's a crying kid in the background. The lady goes, "Are you Sarah Pickett?" And I said, "Well, yeah, this is she. Can I help you?" Not in that tone of voice, but anyway. And she says, to me. She had the color of my vehicle, which is, public information. She had a lot of information that made me think that it was real. Like, this was a real thing. I'll get to the point here in a minute. But she goes, well, why were you speeding on XYZ road? Why did you run the red light camera? And I said, excuse me? Excuse me? Now, at this point, I had been working from home for almost a month for one of the jobs that I had. I said to her, well, there's absolutely no way that was me, because I don't even drive on that road. And I haven't been driving on that road for the last month. Now, at this point, I had definitely made the mistake of giving this lady too much information. But it was confusing to me because the number was, I think it was blocked, and it made me wonder, because I've heard and I've seen where police officers will call you, but they block their number before they call you. And so I thought, maybe this is something related to someone I know or a family member or what have you. And so I was genuinely concerned about answering it. This woman had all this information about me. And I was like, this is some great scam. And I was genuinely wondering, what is going on here? What is going on here? Okay. And it really made me wonder. And I was like, so finally I literally started raising my voice at this lady. And I was like, this was not me. Like, you're full of crap. Like, there's no way this is real. And then she hung up on me. And then she tried to call me back and I didn't answer. And I realized it was a scam. So what I did then, I literally called the police department. And I was like, let me ask you this. Is this something that y'all would do? And there's been increasing reports of this happening to people. And it's terrifying. So if anyone calls me and I don't answer the phone, do you blame me? Do you blame me? Leave me a voicemail. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, because I have to make sure you're actually legit. Okay? Like, my voicemail box, unfortunately, is extremely full because I've got, let's see. Hi, this is Danielle with the underwriting team at the business funding department. Hi, this is Catherine from United Financial. Like, what in the world is happening? So naturally you think to yourself, good Lord, what is going on here? Genuinely. So I'm just in disbelief over this entire thing. And it's this is 2025. Okay. Why is this still happening? And finally, to cap it all off, I have a business on the side of my actual jobs. One of those jobs is managing social media. That's something that I do on the regular. So naturally, I have to have a Facebook due to my Facebook pages that I help manage. Well, tell me why that the scams are no different for Facebook business pages. Now, mind you, for Facebook being the reputable company that it is, right? You would think that this kind of nonsense would not happen. But that's the problem when you just let anybody create an account, I guess. And then they're messaging business pages and saying things that are just, you're going to be banned and all this other stuff. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me, right? Is this a joke? Genuinely, I would like to know. I would like to know if this is a joke or not. So yeah, that's the point we've reached. What in the world is happening is what I want to know. And there's no consequences for it whatsoever, which I'm not saying that there should be, but this is all stuff that is ongoing, and it's really honestly frustrating to deal with as a citizen. I have to have a Robocall blocker on my phone. Apple's new software just came out with a feature that allows you to pre-screen phone calls before they get through. And, I genuinely just don't know what to think. Think about it though. Was this happening with landlines and the rotary phone? Because I would like to genuinely know that. And it's just not okay that this is a normal thing to me. I don't know. I'm just in disbelief over the whole thing. And of course there's no consequences. It's literally scams, lies, and consequences. And these people can lie to you and say that you owe back taxes or that you owe all this crap. And I'm like, unless I get a letter from the IRS, I don't owe diddly squat. So there's that. But anyway, I genuinely hope that maybe one day in my lifetime that this will resolve itself. it is 2025. You know, I thought by now we would be living in the world that the Jetsons predicted, right? With the flying cars and little rocket ships everywhere. Yeah, what world were they thinking we were actually going to have? Because I have yet to see flying cars. You know how easy it would be to just fly cars around? Then again, I probably wouldn't have a job because I work in the trucking industry. So what would even happen, right? You know, there would be no one to defend the trucking industry if that happened, if, you know, the accident rate went down. But it's just fascinating to me, and I really just don't really know how to feel about it. Like, I feel like we were told lies. And then when you really do the math, like, this is going down some tinfoil hat route here, but how does The Simpsons, like, predict events that happen? Like, now I've never actually watched an episode of The Simpsons in full, but all I can say is that it seems like things just tend to line up perfectly. And I'm like, what does the digital animator and writer of Simpsons know that I don't? Like, well, it's that saying, it's all a club and we the people are not in it, right? Anyways, but on that note, I'm signing off the chat. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm hoping to bring these back some, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.